Welcome back to my channel, everyone, and welcome to another Amazon home decor shop with me, designer inspired. And today we're talking about Nate Berkus. Some inspired home decor finds, Nate Berkus inspired home decor finds. And I have to say, this one was really hard because Nate Berkus uses a lot of antiques, and finding pieces on Amazon, like antique pieces or that sort of vibe, was incredibly difficult, I do have to say. However, I did find some things and I think you're gonna really like them. I remember when Nate Berkus first went into Target, it was when Zach and I first got married, and it completely changed my eye for design. And I had never heard of Nate Berkus before then, but when I saw his design, his pieces in Target, it encouraged me to go check out his work, and I was just stunned. I fell in love, and to this day, I would say I have, like, a lot of my interiors is inspired by Nate Berkus. It has left an impression on me for, I think, for the rest of my life. So I'm really excited about this video, and I thought, I typically do these videos just with Amazon pieces, but I thought maybe, I just thought of this before I started filming, maybe I should look up even more items like Etsy and different places to refine it even more. But for today, we're gonna head right into my Nate Berkus list that I have on my Amazon storefront. I will have this link down below, as well as my Amazon storefront. I have done Ralph Lauren, I've done Nancy Meyers, now I'm doing Nate Berkus. Let me know if there's any other designers that you want me to search some pieces for, and I'll do them. The thing that is so funny, when I was going through Nate Berkus, like finding pieces for Nate Berkus, it was a lot of the things that I have already saved in my Amazon storefront. I also went on to Pinterest just to like dig a little bit deeper to see what items I could find. Like I said, Nate Berkus has a ton of vintage pieces. So the first piece I had to put in here, it's the very first piece that is in this board, is this vintage clay pot with the 4 handles on top. This just looked like something Nate Berkus would have, so I had to include this. This has also been on my wish list for so long. I need to purchase this. In fact, I thought that this piece would look really beautiful in our bedroom when I get to that makeover, on our dresser with like a live olive tree or Audrey ficus or something. I know I'm gonna buy this. I just don't know when and where I'm gonna put it, but I do want this. I think that this is so beautiful. I think every design style, in my opinion, you could put a vintage clay pot in, and it just adds this historic feeling by the patina of the piece. So this I had to mention. I just love it. Now, another thing about Nate Berkus's style is I find it to be a bit more handsome, and which I personally love a little bit more of a masculine look. So I also added in my kitchen towels. I own these. I have actually purchased these a few times. These are the best kitchen towels. They've sold out many times when I've shared them here on the channel. They're so good. They come in the 2 patterns. One is a window pane, one is a stripe. And to me, even just next to the clay pot, this just looks like Nate Berkus. I recently bought some sheets on Amazon. Nate Berkus did like an Amazon line that were in this like taupe stripe, which have been discontinued, which is such a bummer because I love those sheets. I bought them for my house. I bought them for a makeover I did for my sister's house, and they are so versatile, so beautiful. Anyway, we can't get them anymore. I would have bought them for my new king bed because I had a queen. Anyway, all that to say, I do notice that Nate Berkus does use stripes, the window pane look, like adding in a little bit more of those masculine prints. So I had to include these. Also, I added in a few olive oils and balsamic vinegars, and I think that's it, because when I was digging through Pinterest looking for some inspiration for this video, I did notice that Nate Berkus uses real items in his kitchen and has like a little tray next to his stove with like his olive oils and, you know, different items like this. So I thought it was only fitting for this video to add those in, and I'll be doing this. I feel very inspired by that for my own kitchen, and we'll be buying some of these olive oils to add to our kitchen. I actually really love the look of a more lived in design that shows evidence of life. I feel like, to me, that is, I mean, if you can make your olive oil look good in your kitchen, you know what you're doing. Okay, also in this board, I have added lots of linens and different things like that, but I added in, I think, 2 sets of napkin ring holders. One has a little bit of like a, you know, what's this called? Wavy look to it, and then one is a solid, but both of them have this beaded edge, which I thought just added in a little bit more interest. I find with Nate Berkus' style, he tends to choose very interesting objects that might have some unique shape to them, things that just really look different and unique. So when I was looking for pieces, I was really looking for that. I especially think the napkin rings with the wavy edges, I don't know, I feel like that's something Nate Berkus would have at a dinner party. Also, I found some striped towels on Amazon. I have been looking for these towels and I just really don't want to spend a ton. And I found a few different options on Amazon, and I definitely feel like they look like Nate Berkus. So I will put those on screen. There's a few different towels, ones with a clean edge, ones that have a like frayed edge, and also these solid white Turkish bath towels. I believe this comes in a set. Let me see. Yes, set of 4. They have multiple different colors. I am attracted to the ivory. Again, I feel like Nate Berkus has a very approachable, casual, but very designer look. So adding in a towel like this that has those frayed edges is taking your towel to the next level. So to me, these look like Nate Berkus because they're nice, they're beautiful, but they also have a little bit of that casual approach, but they look designer because they have that extra detail, if that makes sense. So I don't know, these I might have to get for our bathroom makeover. I feel like these look really nice. Also, I did add a lot of Aesop. I noticed that Nate Berkus uses a lot of Aesop in his imagery on his Instagram. As far as like the different rooms or bathrooms that he's designed, I did notice Aesop. So I had to include that. I also love Aesop and use it in my own home. So I thought it was only fitting. Another thing that I noticed with Nate Berkus is, again, with the interesting objects, a lot of curves, a lot of just very interesting decorative objects with a lot of detail. That's really hard to find. And I do want to make sure I'm being, you know, I'm looking for high quality pieces. So these candlestick holders just seemed like something you would see in Nate Berkus's design. They come in a set of 3. I love that they're a little bit more interesting. They have a little bit more detail rather than your like traditional just straight edge candlestick. I love that they have that extra little like ball at the top. It just looks interesting. So I had to include those in here because they just looked like Nate Berkus. I have some flatware in here that's a little bit more antiqued and a little bit more casual. I did include some more like pots in here, and including like this small pot that has that extra detail just looked like Nate Berkus to me. I also included a couple faux black olive trees, or I think they're called Shady Ladies, because this is a tree that I'm considering for our living room. And I did notice that Nate Berkus has this in his like entry, like landing in one of the photos that I've seen of his New York City house. I love these. I think that these trees are absolutely stunning. However, I've heard that they're a little bit more difficult to care for. Let me know if you have one and how your experience is with them, because I would love to get a real one, but I did find some faux just in case. I added I do own these dessert plates, these pearl edge or beaded edge plates. Again, just something that I felt like Nate Berkus would like and would have in some of his design. I also added a few different light fixtures. Now, the one thing I noticed with Nate Berkus is he has more of like a modern approach to the light fixtures that he brings into his design. So that I did really try to find, and also a little bit more, I don't know if gothic is the right word, but like definitely some of those like curvier type interesting pieces. So I found a few light fixtures that had those and had to include them in this board because I felt like they were very, very fitting. Also, in Nate Berkus's New York home, he has the like Carrera Viola look in his kitchen. So I added in a couple pieces that have that look. If you're like me and you're renting and you can't just put, you know, new marble in your kitchen, this is a fun way to get that look and get that feeling if you're renting, or if you just don't want to go and redo your whole kitchen. Okay, what else do I have in here? I have some more interesting candlesticks. I have this brass candlestick. I also have these clear candlesticks, again with a little bit more of that modern vibe. And I did include, Nate Berkus actually has some organization pieces that are his design on Amazon. I put them in this board because I actually really like them. They're very sleek, very clean, and I feel like these are something that I would absolutely want in my home because I like a little bit more of that clean vibe, especially in my organization. More candlesticks, more pots, lots of linen, more pots, and lots of different interesting objects that I've added in this board. So you'll definitely want to go check it out. But two other pots that I have to mention are these, I think they are outdoor pots, I believe, maybe. You know, actually I was gonna do terracotta on my desk. I want to get a plant on my desk, but now that I'm pulling this up on my desk in here, I kind of am thinking, I wonder if I should get one of these. So these are a black terracotta pot, a little bit more of a modern shape. They come in two sizes. I added both to the board. And again, it's just an interesting piece. I do wish they would have a saucer. That's one thing. Like, I need a plant with a saucer because when I water my plants, I need to catch the water. But I think that these are gorgeous. And again, definitely something I feel like matches the Nate Berkus aesthetic, and had to include them. I also added in a couple mocajetes. I did notice in one of the like kitchen design images that Nate Berkus shared, he had a mocajete on the island, and I just had to include them. You know, if you've watched some of my past videos, I love a mocajete. I use a mocajete when I make my salsas or my guacs. I really, really love them. And I think that they add just a little bit more to the space, and it feels very just casual. I added a sculpture. I added two sculptures. One's affordable, one's not so much, but I wanted to add both of these because, again, looking through Nate Berkus' style, I did see some sculptures, and I think these are a timeless piece and something you could absolutely use in multiple different styles. It doesn't even have to be, you know, a specific style to add these in. To me, sculptures are timeless. They are incredibly timeless. I mean, there's famous sculptures way a long time ago. So I feel like they'll definitely stand the test of time. All right, I think those are the only items I'm gonna cover in, oh, you know what? I am gonna talk about this pot because it's actually very affordable and it's a very Nate Berkus. It is this another garden pot, but I feel like this is a good pot you could use for a utensil holder. You could put your makeup, well, I don't know about makeup brushes. It might be a little big for that. But you could use this in multiple different ways, and I feel like it's such a good price. You could also just put this on your coffee table. It's pretty small, 5 inches, 5.25 by 5.25. So, you know, it's not gonna be like super big, but such a good piece with shape to it and a little bit more interesting than the one I just showed you. That's just more sleek and, you know, basic, I guess. Anyway, those are the items I'm gonna share. Well, shoot, 2 more pots, sorry. I also added in, a lot of the pots that I added in are all like a black terracotta or, you know, black clay looking pot. I found a couple lighter pots like this rustic, in like this like rust brown color, because I do notice that Nate Berkus does add in these like richer tones. So I had to add in this pot, and then also these 2 more olive jug pots, but these are in like a lighter tan, like off-white tan cream color. I love these. I love the shape of these. I think that they're incredibly timeless. Again, another style and shape that goes with many different styles. You could put these in so many different areas of your home. And also, if your style changes, getting pieces like this that have like a timeless shape to them and a timeless color can evolve with you. All right, closing the computer. I will link my entire board. As you could tell, I was super excited because I feel like Nate Berkus, again, is just a style. His style I align with so much and feel like it's achievable. There's so many styles and designers that don't feel as achievable, but for some reason, I don't know how he does it, he makes it feel like I can accomplish that look in my own home, and I've always felt that way. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments which item was your favorite. Thank you so much for watching. Also, let me know if there's other designers that you want me to cover in another video, and I will see you guys in a couple days with another. Bye!
I would say we were good together.